Hello, my friend. Welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. Unless you've been living under a big rock, you might know by now that Chelsea are in trouble. Trouble in terms of injuries and the pandemic. So many people have been offering Chelsea some solutions. And according to Sky Sport, they are suggesting that Chelsea should go for Marc Cucurella and also Yves Bissouma from Brighton. So this is a question for all of us. Do you think that Cucurella and Bissouma are going to be a good addition for Chelsea Football Club? Do you think it's realistic for Chelsea Football Club to go for them in January? Because they just bought Cucurella and if Bissouma still on a long-term contract. How much it's going to cost Chelsea Football Club to get them at the club? Yes, we are in crisis. But do we really need them? So I don't have an answer. We're going to listen to them. And then everybody is going to leave a comment and let me know what you think about the situation. Let's go.
Let's talk, though, about the top of the Premier League, shall we? Because Manchester City have won, albeit late in the day, against 10-man Arsenal. 11 straight wins, 11 points clear of Chelsea, who've got a game in hand, 12 points clear of Liverpool. They're 8-1 on to win the title. I mean, Chelsea obviously held in midweek. Mercy, you were there at the game against Brighton. They've won 3 out of 8 Premier League games. We have an issue, it seems, with Romelu Lukaku. It seems like the club has imploded at the moment. What's gone wrong?
For a big club like they are, and they've got top-draw players, just a couple of injuries or one injury. You know, when Chilwell was playing and James was playing on the other side and they were the two wing-backs, everything was great. Them two were bombing forward, they were scoring goals, they got 4 or 5 goals each. And they went to Leicester and they beat Leicester and they were flying along. Chilwell gets injured. And it's different. You know, all of a sudden, they're playing... Pulisic played right wing-back the other day, come on second half against Villa. I'm not saying that's the only thing, Jeff, but they're struggling. I went the other night and you watch Man City play and you watch it and it's ping, ping, ping. You watch Chelsea and it's sort of... Yeah, it's hard... It's a hard... They got well beat the other night. Yeah. I know they drew the game, but they got well beat.
Well, Brighton had more shots.
They were outstanding, Brighton. You know, if I was Chelsea now, I'd go and get Cucurella. I'd definitely go and get him. Chilwell's out for the whole season.
Cucurella.
Yeah,
not Cruella.
Cruella, yeah.
And 101 Dalmatians.
I knew what he was trying to say, but I just thought I'd leave it.
I was watching that the other day. So I would go and get him and I'd go and get Bissouma. Honestly, I know people go, they played for Brighton. They were the best 2 players on the pitch by a country mile, in my opinion. And obviously Lamptey, who was let go by Chelsea, I don't think they would let that happen again where there's no sell-on. But I think Chelsea are stuck in treacle at the moment. They're stuck in treacle. I don't see a problem being in the top 4, but tomorrow's game is a cup final. Whoever loses tomorrow is completely and utterly out of the title race, 100 million%. There's no comeback.
I think it sticks in the craw, I think is the phrase sometimes, Clinton, when Thomas Tuchel afterwards comes out and says, complains about injuries and he says, we have too many players whom we don't know what we can demand, and I get that. But his side the other night, that was pretty much, or not far off a first-choice starting lineup, wasn't it? And they had Havertz and Ziyech and Alonso and Kante and Barkley on the bench. Do you think he should just stay quiet about
stay
things
quiet.
like that?
And I agree. I did the game here. Brighton dominated. Brighton would be disappointed not to come away with the 3 points. I thought
this is Brighton, by the way, without Dunk and without Trossard and with Webster only on the bench and Duffy only on the bench.
Exactly, and they had injuries as well. So I thought they were excellent, to be fair. Yeah, I think Tuchel's he's coming out. Obviously, they're going to try and defend his team, but they weren't good enough. Sometimes you have to come out after and say we ain't good enough. I'm not going to complain about the injuries. The only you probably throw going to that was Kante would go in and be a regular, and Thiago would be a regular. Other than that, and Chilwell, I would agree with Merce on that. I think they do miss Chilwell. I think Chilwell and James have been outstanding. What's he going to say now? Because James is going to be out for 2 months, supposedly, and he's been excellent for them this season. So they are going to struggle massively. They don't have another right wing back unless they play Azpilicueta there. They've not been good enough. It's plain and simple as that. And whoever does lose this game, have got no chance of winning the title. They go next week. They go to Man City. That's another huge game. So if they lose to Liverpool tomorrow and then lose to Man City, it's 100% over. So for me, it's been a big struggle for Chelsea.
The problem is Rudiger won't be signing.
Nope.
Christensen said he won't sign. Azpilicueta looks like he's going to be on his way to Barcelona.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Where did you find all them?
Well, the other issue, obviously, Jamie, is that Romelu Lukaku was rocked the boat big time by saying, I'm physically fine, I'm just not happy with the situation. He talks of Thomas Tuchel deciding to play a different formation. And clearly, this is something that Lukaku must have thought about beforehand. This hasn't been an accidental one-off line to a journalist. It is a sit-down TV interview. So you wonder how much the gulf, or how wide the gulf is between him and the manager.
Well, it's got to be huge, and it's certainly not. It's not good for the manager. It's not going to help. The thing with what it is forget about your personal grievances with the manager. It's never going to. It's not going to help the team in the situation that they're in, Jeff. They want it to be a tight knit. If you're talking about margins, fine margins at the top of the Premier League, right? And they're far off it anyway on the pitch. So you need to be singing off the same hymn sheet off it. And Tuchel certainly, he wants to run his ship like that for sure. I think it's a problem. I feel that players, they do interviews sometimes, and if you've got a problem, if you fundamentally really got a problem, you knock on the manager's door and you sort it out, because it's better for the team. You're there, you've signed, you're a big signing for Chelsea. All right, you've been injured, you've come back in. He did well the other day, he scored. So now, and that was obviously post his interview, I get that, but now you've done that, I think that it's poor. Players need to concentrate on playing their football when they're getting the team doing well, and if you've got a problem, speak with the manager.
Maybe he feels he can't speak with the manager. I mean, Thomas Tuchel said he was surprised at Lukaku's unhappiness. Well, surely the manager should know.
It's astounding, Jeff, that this is coming out, such the size of that football club, and we've not seen it in recent weeks. What Thomas Tuchel did when he came in, incredible where he took them to, winning the Champions League, great start, sign Romelu Lukaku. And I sat here on the first day and I believed, and I still believe, that signing Romelu Lukaku put them in a chance of winning the league. I think it's gone now. I think Man City are by far superior to everyone else. But this just coming out now, and yes, he was injured, but he was sub for games. Then he had COVID, talking about missing him. I just think things have to stay in-house when you're going through a period in form where it's not what you expect from Chelsea. They aren't performing, they're not picking up results, and then this comes out. It just shows at this moment in time it's an unhappy camp. And you lose injuries. The guys have said you lose your best players. It's always going to be a tough challenge. But I tell you what, you look at that team, there should be enough there that should be winning more games than won in recent weeks.
If Frank Lampard was still the manager there and they were currently 11 points adrift of the leaders, would Roman Abramovic be thinking, maybe I should make a change?
Big one, Jeff. That's a big question, because I think...
You're a big man, you've got broad shoulders. Come on.
I wouldn't be doing anything yet. And I didn't think when Frank got the sack they should have done anything then. However, Roman makes big decisions and he got big results at the end of that season. Winning the Champions League, incredible. Credit to him. And I'm a big fan of Thomas Tuchel. This is the first moment in his Chelsea managerial record and career that he's going through and things just aren't quite right.
He's got credit, Jeff, because he won the
Yes,
Champions League. That's why, he's got huge credit. That's the difference between him and Frank
They have sacked
Lampard.
managers who won the Champions League in the past, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, yeah. Well, if he keeps getting results like that...
Well, Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League and he was out the following season.
So it could happen. But not now, I don't think. I think they'll start winning football matches, but I don't think they'll win the
We'll see tomorrow, won't we? What a game that is.
Big game. Remember, Jurgen Klopp's going to miss that game because he's tested positive for coronavirus.